I'm Governor Larry Hogan. Our state is taking unprecedented and aggressive actions in the fight to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Maryland. As you know, I recently issued a stay-at-home directive to ensure that no Marylander leaves his or her home unless it is for an essential job or for an essential purpose. I know how difficult this is on each and every one of you. There's a great deal of fear and anxiety, and the truth is that none of us really know how bad this is going to get or how long it's going to last. But I can promise you that there are a great many dedicated people doing tremendous things, working around the clock, and doing their very best to help keep Marylanders safe. In the days to come, we're going to need to depend on each other, to look out for one another, and to take care of each other, because we are all in this together, and we will get through this together.
This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The Maryland Department of Transportation's State Highway Administration has said that they are going to be resurfacing Interstate 97 between Route 50 in Annapolis and Route 178, which is General's Highway. That work got underway yesterday afternoon, and it should be complete by mid-May, weather permitting, of course. Drivers should expect single-lane closures all day between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Smart thinking on the behalf of the SHA to get stuff done while we're on lockdown. Speaking of smart thinking, the city of Annapolis has a unique solution to keeping their bus drivers protected. In an effort to protect the bus drivers during the COVID-19 pandemic, Transportation Director Rick Gordon went out to the staff and asked, "Come up with something to protect our drivers," and Adonis Bishop did just that. He's a facility maintenance tech for the city's Department of Public Works, and he came up with the idea of enclosing the driver's area in plexiglass, which would separate the driver from the passengers entering the bus, but not interfere with the operation of the bus or the passengers. He cut the material out of plexiglass, fitted it around the driver's cabin, and it worked like a charm. They have begun installation on all the small buses, and they will work on a solution for the larger buses in the fleet. So good job, Adonis Bishop. Good job, City of Annapolis, using your head. The Maryland Health Benefit Exchange has said that more than 21,000 residents have now received insurance through the state's health insurance marketplace. This was reopened in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that deadline has been extended through June 15th. In a separate program, the Maryland Easy Enrollment Health Insurance Program, you can check a box on your tax return and obtain health insurance as well, and more than 2,500 people have got coverage on that as well. That deadline has been extended through July 15th. Kind of interesting to know that 61% of those that applied got Medicaid, and the remainder, most of them qualified for some kind of financial aid or reduced premiums to afford the plan. If you need insurance, you want to check this out, you want to go to marylandhealthconnection.gov. That's all spelled out. Again, marylandhealthconnection.gov. Or if you want to do it old school, you can go on the phone and call them at 855-642-8572, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekdays. Hey, if you are a first responder or a healthcare worker, you can have a free meal at any McDonald's in the United States. This program started yesterday morning, and you can just go to any McDonald's in the United States, show your work badge or be in uniform, and you can pick up a breakfast or a lunch or dinner. Your breakfast options include any drink and a hash brown. You can get an Egg McMuffin, Chicken McGriddles, or a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. The lunch or dinner options come with any drink as well as a small fry, and you can get a double cheeseburger, a 6-piece of chicken nuggets, or a fillet of fish. So kind of nice of McDonald's to do that for everybody. And speaking of people doing nice things for the community, Latitude 38, which is that waterfront restaurant down there at 12 Dock Street, right at the City Dock in Annapolis, is now getting ready to host its 7th free community farmers market a little bit later on this morning. It gets underway at 11 a.m., and that first hour is reserved for active and retired military as well as first responders. But beyond that, it is open to anybody until 2 p.m., and there is no cost. You can get some fresh fruit, some market goods, perhaps some flowers to brighten your day, all for free out of the courtesy of Latitude 38 and their partners. All told, they have made 600 prepared meals and provided nearly 5,000 bags of produce, non-perishables, and essentials such as toothbrush, soap, etc. It's not easy to put on, and Latitude Latitude38 does accept donations in the form of food, clothing, or any monetary donations. You can check that all out at Latitude38, the number, waterfront.com. That's Latitude38waterfront.com. Or if you want to talk to Justin, who's organizing this, you can just ask for Justin when you go down there. Please keep in mind that they do strictly enforce social distancing and sanitation procedures, so there may be a little bit of a wait, and they do have the markings out on the street to keep you all 6 feet away from each other. All right, that does wrap it up for the news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day, because we're going to update these stories and more throughout the day. If you're someplace you can give us a rating or a review, please do that, and let your friends and family and colleagues know about us and how to download a podcast if they don't know how to do that. It is Thursday, so we do have Trevor standing by with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes, and we also have George Young with your local DMV weather coming up. All that in just 1 minute, but hey, here's Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland, wishing you good health and a rapid return to prosperity. Uncertainty is one of the hardest parts of our current situation. As we move towards our new normal, you may want to consider adding more certainty to your financial future by locking in the low cost of clean solar energy. The economics of solar are tremendous, and there's no better source than the trusted team at Solar Energy Services. Residential solar projects typically earn the homeowner 8 to 12% annually over the life of the system, with even better returns for commercial systems. If you have some downtime now, take advantage of our powerful remote design capabilities, allowing one of our experienced solar designers to provide a presentation, followed by a detailed, accurate proposal, all from a safe distance. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's are wasted, but together we'll get through this.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, April 23rd. Yesterday brought more breezy winds to the Annapolis region, but with tons of sunshine and temps near 60, it was a pretty solid day on the whole. And while today will bring more temps in the 60s, it'll also bring a likelihood of more rain with showers and maybe a few heavier storms coming in the PM hours, lasting into the PM hours on Friday, with more 60s for highs as overall rainfall totals from today through tomorrow could equal 1 inch or more in some spots. Then it's more 60s, clouds, and unsettled skies both Saturday and Sunday, as a frontal boundary in the general vicinity of the Mid-Atlantic region keeps the threat of rain around all weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
This is Brian Griffiths, the founder of Maryland Podcast Month. Maryland Podcast Month was founded in 2018 to draw attention to all of the great podcasts and podcasters here in Maryland. And during this time of social distancing, there is no better time to start learning more about locally produced podcasts. Shows like my podcast, Red Maryland Radio, Eye on Annapolis, the Conduit Street Podcast, JB's Drive-In Podcast, the Maryland Crabs, Quality Time, the Society Fringe Players, and more are still putting out fresh content. Visit MarylandPodcastMonth.com to learn more about these great Maryland podcasts. That's MarylandPodcastMonth.com. And we thank you for your support of local content.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Makers Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Today at 11 a.m., the Children's Theater of Annapolis is having an acting workshop for ages 8 through 14. Kids will learn actors' warm-ups, work on character development, and scene study, as well as do a monologue coaching session. Tonight, check out Anne-Marie Garden's virtual Bad Art Night, Socially Awkward Edition. Hosted every other Thursday, this is a session of crafting hilarity, attempting to craft bad art from stuff you have laying around the house. This session's theme is the Food Wrapper Challenge. Also tonight, a painting demonstration and gallery walkthrough with Sally Davies at Maryland Hall. She'll demonstrate how she plans out a painting, using preliminary sketches, color studies, and building translucent layers on the canvas. Explore her creative process and check out a gallery talk and ask questions. Finally tonight, check out Chris Pageant of Wednesday Studios in a 3D sculpture class. The B&O Railroad Museum has their story times and activities from the past week all recorded and ready to watch anytime. And Code Ninjas in Edgewater is still offering online mentoring in coding and math for kids, Tuesdays through Saturdays. The Annapolis Streaming Facebook group is still cranking out tons of streaming concerts online, including The Squirrel Show, Live Arts Maryland's Quarantini concerts, Friday Back Porch Jam sessions, Sean Owens Acoustic Sundays, and Spencer Joyce on Sundays as well. There's also virtual open mic nights and more. The Annapolis Town Center, Symmetry Agency, and Annapolis Musicians Fund for Musicians, AM/FM, continue their online streaming concert series with Nick DePietro of The Vibesmen tonight, Mac and Blue tomorrow, Charles Cavusi with Jesse Dean on Saturday, Timmy Metz on Sunday, Ray and Savannah Weaver on Monday, Noel and Jeff Packett on Tuesday, Jay and Todd Kreuzberg on Wednesday. In addition to the live streaming music, they're also matching dollar for dollar every donation made by the end of April, up to $5,000 to help out AM/FM and all the great local musicians put out by the cancellation of gigs. Art Farm continues with their Sketch On initiative. Search for the hashtag Art Farm Sketch On Facebook to check out the previous challenges and submissions, as well as keep an eye out for new challenges. The Summer Art Camp registration is open for camps starting at the end of June and early July. Camps include pencil, charcoal, ink, and paint, Crafters Art Camp, musical play production, mixed media mosaics, mixed media sculpture, Art Annapolis Camp, street art, graffiti, and public art, as well as graphic design camp. And also check out Art Farm's virtual classes. A few of them have already started, but there's still time to sign up for the mixed media for ages 8 through 15, watercolor for ages 13 through adult, virtual nature art for ages 8 through 15, and Sumi E for ages 8 through adult, as well as the virtual acrylic painting for ages 13 through adult. And while Art Things is technically closed, I hear if you reach out to them, they can help you get the supplies you need for the Art Farm virtual classes. A reminder that Maryland Hall is doing their Pay It Forward to the Arts program. Just purchase a gift card from your local restaurant or other merchant and donate the card to Maryland Hall. The donation is tax deductible, and they'll use that gift card as part of their silent auction in the Arts Alive celebration in September. Also check out Maryland Hall's list of summer camps for kids when this is all over. The Anne Arundel County Public Library System is still doing a bunch of online virtual programming as well. Check out their various Facebook Live story times every weekday. Tomorrow they're doing another great movies talk. This time it's King of Hearts, and you can watch it via the library's access to Canopy, spelled with a K. On Monday is Mondays Are for Murder, online true crime discussion. This month's discussion centers around the San Francisco Doodler. And then next Wednesday is another one of their poetry open mic nights online. Pongo's Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton is still cranking out their online classes, a few of which are free, but they're also now doing virtual parties. So if your kid has a birthday coming up and they want to have a party with their friends, Pongo's can help arrange an online birthday party with activities and games, including animation projects, coding, Lego building, Minecraft on their private server, a science show, and story time. And finally, at Annapolis Makerspace, next Tuesday we have our monthly general meeting, and we'll be doing it online again. So if you're interested in the Makerspace, what we're doing, or just want to drop in and say hi, we'll be posting a link to the meeting next Tuesday, and anyone's welcome to drop in and say hi. And if you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to drop me a line at trevor@makeannapolis.org, and you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. Try to have fun and stay safe. We'll all get through this together. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again, because this is a town that gets it, a town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.